Morning all. Hope you guys are able to hear me and able to see the screen which I am sharing, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Yes, sir.
So let's start our session that. So initially for this entire week we have short sessions like 40 to 45 minutes or 35 to 45 minute sessions will be there for this entire week. Later onwards, we have 1 hour sessions because you people has to habitate for my teaching and concepts which I'm teaching, right? So for that reason, we have a short sessions for this week, like 40 to 45 minutes. Okay. From next week onwards, we are going to take complete 60-minute sessions. Okay. So I hope I already explained each and everything in the demos, demo one and demo two. Total two demos were given on Thursday and Friday. There we can see what is the syllabus and what topics we are going to cover and what areas we are going to mostly look on it and what projects we are going to have a look and what materials I am going to share. Each and everything I explained in the demo sessions. Okay. So I'm sure guys if you follow and if you attend the classes without options you guys can easily rock the testing field. Okay, you guys can easily crack the job in the testing market and testing industry. Okay. So please be concentrated while explaining. Okay, cool. So here, please carry this syllabus. If you want to take a printout of this and print out and take it, handle it with handy. By that you can see what topics are I am explaining every day and what topics left over. Okay. So this is 29th April, right? By the May 10th before or May 15th before we are going to close the manual testing and later we can start the automation testing. In manual testing also we have two types, right? So here one is UI testing and second one is API testing. One is UI testing, second one is API testing. So let's start the UI testing today. So here you can see that SDLC models, black box and white box testing, system testing, and levels of testing. First, let's see the SDLC and models. Okay, so we don't have time to complete all these topics in a single class. Today, we're just going to see what is meant by SDLC and how many types of models are there, and we'll explain that model advantages and disadvantages. It will be fine for the today class. Okay, in tomorrow class, we can discuss black box, white box, system testing, levels of testing. Then the first topic is covered today and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow, remaining topics are somewhat small topics. Then we can easily cover more topics in the class. But SDLC model will take more time. Okay, if if possible, it will take tomorrow as well. Okay, so let's get into the material. I already explained you so what is meant by SDLC. Can anyone explain what is meant by software development lifecycle, which explained in the demo session? Software Development Lifecycle (SDLC). It is a process or method used while developing a software. Right? This is called as a software development lifecycle. Okay. So can anyone tell the phases? Which phases available in that software development lifecycle? Any one of you? Phases. What phases available inside the software development lifecycle? The people who attended in the demonstrations Thursday and Friday, please try to answer. Please be interactive in the classes. By that, you guys can habituated to give the answers in the interviews at the time. So please be practice for the two. Okay. So what are the phases available in the software development lifecycle?
Requirements, feasibility, design, coding, testing, deployment, and maintenance.
Yes, exactly. Good. So first one is requirement analysis. Next one is feasibility study. Next one is next what? design, coding, testing, deployment, maintenance. Okay, these are the phases we have in the software development lifecycle. So then what are the models we have again? So here the phases we have, right? So requirement analysis, feasibility study, design, coding, testing, deployment, and maintenance. So we have different set of models. As I explained in the previous classes that if you want to prepare a biryani, so you can use the different variants of biryani. For example, if you want to cook a chicken biryani, okay, chicken piece biryani, then you can follow a different procedure. If you want to cook a dum biryani, you can follow a different procedure. If you want to cook a joint biryani, you can follow the different procedure, right? In similar way, the ingredients are same for all the biryanis, but the difference is the way of cooking will be different. In similar way, the phases will be same for all the models. Okay, the phases will be same for the all the models. The way of using these models will be different. Okay, let's see one by one. So how many types of models we have? Here you can see SDLC. It is a procedure to develop the software. So I will share this material, guys, once a few students are not yet confirmed. That after their confirmation, maybe by this Wednesday, I'm going to share this material. Meanwhile, take a snap of this concept and you can prepare and you can go through once the class is done. Okay, so I'm going to share uh, this material by Wednesday. Once the class is done on the Wednesday, I'm going to share this material. Okay, so here you can see the software development lifecycle is a process or procedure to develop the software, and it is a process of creating systems or products or softwares. Okay, anything will be fine. Any SDLC should result in high quality systems. So why we are following the different models? Okay, to provide the quality system. For example, we have these models: waterfall, V model, spiral, agile, prototype model. For example, I have a project which is given by the Zomato company. To develop that Zomato application, if I use the waterfall model, how much percentage of quality product we are getting? If I use the V model, how much percentage of quality product we will get? If I use the spiral, how much quality we will get? Okay, we have an idea that, so based on that we are going to choosing a model. Okay, similarly as like biryani example what I said. So which biryani you will cook means, so on based on your interest on that particular day you can cook. For example, today if you want to eat dum biryani, you can cook the dum biryani. If you want to eat a joint biryani, you can eat a joint biryani, right? So it's based on your interest on the particular day. In similar way to product, if which model will gives the high quality to that product, we are going to analyze and we have to use that product. Okay, software development lifecycle models are two types mainly. One is sequential model and second one is iterative model. Now the people are using the iterative model, which is nothing but Agile model. 95% or 100% people are going to use the Agile methodology in the current market. Current market. These waterfall model, V model, spiral, prototype, all the models which we used previously. But you should aware about those models too. Clear so far? Here I explained only 2 points. What is meant by SDLC and how many types of SDLCs we have and what are they. So here you can see what is meant by SDLC. Just answer yourself. You are able to understand these questions or not. Answers for these questions are not. What is meant by SDLC? What are the phases available? SDLC, and next, what are the types of what are the types of SDLC models? Okay, So clear about these three questions, everyone. The class should be slow for this entire this week because you people has to catch the things. I have to analyze the people how you guys are understanding. Based on that, the class speed is going to be increase, or else the class teaching is going to be decrease. Okay, the speed of the teaching will be maybe increase, maybe decrease based on your feedback. Okay, that's the reason I will go slowly entire this week. Okay, so clear about these three topics.
Yes, yes, sir.
Need response from everyone, not only for single student. I need
Yes, sir.
responses for each and every student. Okay. Okay, please be active in the classes, guys. Okay, cool. So our next one is, let's see one by one model. Okay, so let me open it. Yeah. So here we can see two sequential models and three iterative models, right? So I'm going to explain waterfall model, V model, spiral model, and agile model. I will explain four models. The prototype model is not required. So I will explain two models in sequential, two model in iterative, but the only agile model only important in the current era if you want to into the software companies as a tester as of now. Okay. So here you can see waterfall model. It's a sequential model. It's a sequential model and it's a traditional model. Okay, why we are calling it as a traditional model and sequential design process means the progress is seen as flow steadily downwards. So why we are getting the name as a waterfall model means, waterfall model means it's a traditional model. Okay, so in which the progress is seen flowing steadily downwards, flowing steadily downwards like a waterfall, like a waterfall. It means that here you can see requirement analysis, feasibility study, design, coding, testing, deployment or maintain, installation, both are same, and maintenance. Here how that flow is there here, from top to bottom, steadily downwards from requirement collection to maintenance, requirement collection to maintenance, right? So in this through different phases here, we can go through the steadily downwards means, like I think you may see some waterfalls, right? How that waterfalls from top to bottom, from step by step, if steadily downwards the water flows. Is it or not? Is it or not, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And next one is, we'll explain each and every phase, and each phase we will, I think by reading the things also you can easily understand. For testing phase you can done the testing, coding phase we can done the coding, for deployment phase we can deployment, maintenance we can deploy, but we can discuss about who will be involved in the each phase. Okay, so first one is requirement collection. Okay, who will be involved in the requirement collection? So it was done by the business analyst and product analyst. Okay, so who will be involved in the requirement analysis, requirement collection? It was done by the business analyst and product analyst, business analyst and product analyst. And here you can see the gathering the requirements and translate business language into software language. So what is done in that requirement analysis means, so whenever the customer came to the software company, the customer will give a requirements to the software company. I need these requirements on my application. Okay, please include all these features which I required for this application. So they will the customers will provide a CRS document. What is mean by that CRS document? CRS document, customer, remember all these terminologies, guys. Customer requirement specification, customer requirement specification. Once this customer give the CRS to the software company, to the business analyst and product analyst, what these two people will do is they are going to convert that CRS into the SRS, CRS into the SRS. Okay, whenever that person give that document as a CRS, it will be there in the customer point of view. Okay, customer point of view. So whenever that CRS document reaches the software company, it will become software requirement Specification, it means that initially that will be there in the business terminology. Once it reaches the software company, it becomes software requirement specification. Software requirement specification. Okay, software requirement specification. And next one is feasibility study. Feasibility study means now we got the project from the customer and we translated that CRS document to the SRS document. Later we need to check that whether we are feasible to do that project or not. So who will check that feasibility? Done by the software team consisting project manager, business analyst, architect, finance, HR, developers, but not testers. Okay, apart from testers, everyone is included in this meet. Okay, so you need to check that how that feasibility will be happen. This feasibility will happen in the three areas. One is technical feasibility, second one is financial feasibility, and third one is resource feasibility. Okay, remember carefully, guys. First one is requirement analysis, second one is feasibility study. Requirement analysis will be done by the product analyst and business analyst, and feasibility study will happen between the meeting or among all these people, Okay, so here we are going to check the technical feasibility, financial feasibility, resource feasibility. Here technical feasibility means whether on which technique we are going to check. So, okay, technical feasibility means the architect will tell which technology is suited to develop it. Here you can see the person who tells whether the product can be developed, and if yes, then which technology is best suited to develop it. Okay, the architect will discuss about that. Who tells whether the product can be developed, and if yes, then which technology is suited to develop a particular project. Okay, so which technology is suited, that can be called it as a technical feasibility, which is done by the architect. And next one is financial feasibility, which can be handled by the finance team. There we have 2 crores of bidding for the current project. Is it 2 crores is enough to complete the project or not? They are going to check the financial feasibility. They are going to check the financial feasibility. And next, resource feasibility. Resource feasibility means it's going to be done by the HR. So the HR discuss about that, is the current resources enough to complete this project, or else any new resource has to be recruited. So once they got a chance that we need 10 members or 20 new members to complete this project, that HRs will release the new requirement in the job portals. Then we guys are seeing that notifications in the job portals, either it may in the LinkedIn and Naukri, there are openings and so on, so technology. Okay, so that is called resource feasibility. Okay, this is all about the feasibility study. Once the feasibility study is done, we are going to come to the design stage. What we are going in the design stage? Okay, we have two types in the design, as we have already explained in the previous classes. That is high level design. Next one is low level design. Okay, high level design means in high level we are going to design. For example, if we take any login page of the Flipkart, I just designed that only login page, username and password, and a sign up button. That's it. That is high level design. Low level design means for that user name, for the password also I'm giving some in detail explanation in that page, that we have the password should be a 8 characters, or else contains 8 letters. Like we have a sign up button here, forgot password button. In detail we are giving the design for the LLD. Okay, as like apartment, initially they will give the design of the elevation, how it looks like after construction. That is called it as a HLD. LLD means we can see the 3D picture of the flat, how that room will be looks like, and what are the dimensions of bathroom, bedroom, and a hall. All this in detail design is called it as a low level design, and the design is called it as a high level design. Okay, that high level design is done by the architects and senior developers, and low level design is done by the who will design the low level design? Senior developers, junior developers. Okay, all the developers together can build the thing. Okay, so 1 minute. The PDF is not responding. Let me refresh it. Okay. So that is called it as a design. Once design is done, all the developer together can start coding. Who will start? Juniors, seniors, freshers, and everyone will involved in this coding. Once the coding is done, our part is started testing. It is a process of checking all the defects and issues and rectifying it. Next, installation. It is also called it as a deployment done by the installation engineers. It's nothing but you may hear the term DevOps engineers. Okay, development operation.
Sir, I can't listen your voice, sir.
Am I audible, guys?
Yeah, now we are audible, sir.
Okay, okay. Actually, I have a small issue with my laptop. It's get updating. So let's wait few minutes, guys. So suddenly it was turned off. We can restart our session in 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. Make sure
Okay,
that
sir.
you guys are into the meeting. Okay. Don't drop out in the meeting. So we'll restart again in 2 minutes. Are you guys clear about the phases which are involved in the SDLC models? And here we discussed it so far up to installation, right? So installation is nothing but deployment. Installation is nothing but deployments. Once the deployment is done, what we are going to do? What is the next step? Next immediate step after deployment?
Maintenance.
Maintenance. What we will do in the maintenance, for example, if we take initially we developed 100 features. After the deployment of 100 features, the customers want to add few more features, like you want to add 20 more features. Okay, total 120 features, right? So that 20 features adding is called it as a maintenance, that they need to pay more amount in the budget, right? So that will comes under the maintenance. And if any feature is not working also, then they are going to do the maintenance by the software company. That is also called it as a maintenance. Okay, total these are the phases: requirement analysis, feasibility study, design, coding, testing, maintenance, sorry, deployment and maintenance. These are the phases we have. But here the major advantage and major disadvantage. Okay, we can discuss about one advantage and one disadvantage in the waterfall model. So can anyone tell what is meant by advantage? What is the advantage for this waterfall model and what is the advantage of this disadvantage of waterfall model? Just give a try based on the thing which you understand in that waterfall model.
Product delivery
When
duration is high in waterfall model. That's the disadvantage of it.
Okay,
Older model, I think.
okay, okay. Here the major advantage and disadvantages here are, so in waterfall model, as it show that it's a steadily downwards, right? So once you are done with the coding part, okay, you came to the testing phase. Okay, after that, if you want to go back to develop a new feature in the development state, so it's not possible. You should start from scratch again. You should do the requirement analysis again. You should do the feasibility study again, and you should do the design again, and you should do the development again. So here, if you after you are came to the next phase, if you want to go back to the previous phase, it's not possible to. 1 minute, guys. Let me reshare the screen. I'm getting error. So let's wait 5 minutes, guys. I'm not able to share the screen.
This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. Now you guys are able to see the screen as well, too, right? So please confirm.
yes, sir.
So good. So here we'll discuss about one advantage and one disadvantage for the waterfall model. Here, advantage is nothing but once you are came to the next phase, the previous phase should be completed completely. Otherwise, we won't came to the next phase. That is an advantage. But disadvantage is once you came to the next phase, if you want to do changes in the previous phase, it's not possible to come. It's not possible to come. Okay. So you should start from scratch again. You should start from scratch again. Okay. So let me show the document and will tell you get clearly understand. Are you able to see the notepad screen which I'm sharing?
Sir.
Yes.
Okay. So here advantages and disadvantages are these are the phases. Yeah. Here you can see these are the phases, right? So in the waterfall model, once you are done with the coding, design came to the coding. Once you are done with the coding, you come to the testing. But if you want to do any changes in the previous step in the coding, It's not possible. You should start from scratch again. Again, you have to do the requirement analysis, feasibility study, and all. Okay, so it's time-taking process and waste of money, waste of resource, right? So that's why we are calling it as a disadvantage in the waterfall model. Advantage means once you came to the testing part, it shows that you are completely done with the previous step coding. So it's nothing but whenever you came to the new phase, you guys are ensuring that you are completely done with the previous step. Okay, completely done with the previous step. That is called it as a advantages and disadvantages of waterfall model. Advantages and disadvantages of a waterfall model. And next one is V model. Okay, next one is V model. Okay, let me open the material. Clear about the
Um,
waterfall model?
Excuse me, sir. Can you please explain about the advantages and the disadvantages?
Okay, let me open the document. It will make you more clear. So here you can see. Here you can see. These are the advantages and disadvantages. Before the next phase, let's see the advantages first, then we can see the disadvantage. Before the next phase of development, each phase must be completed. Otherwise, we are not able to do the changes. Here you can see before the next phase of development is nothing but just now we see some phases, right? Requirement analysis, feasibility study, design, coding, testing, all are called as the phases. Each phase must be completed. And it was suited for only small projects when the requirements are well defined. And they should perform quality assurance tests before completing each stage. And elaborate documentation is done at every phase of software development lifecycle. These are the advantages. But disadvantages: error can be fixed only during the phase. Here you can see error can be fixed only during the phase. For example, you want to do the changes in the coding. If you are in the coding phase, then only you can do the changes in the coding phase. Once you came to the testing phase, if you want to do any changes in the coding phase, it's not possible. You are not able to go back to the previous step. As like that waterfall, if the water fall from first step to second step, is it possible to go back that water from second step to first step? It's not possible. Is it or not? Getting?
Yes, sir.
And next one is it's not desired for the complex projects because the documentations and the requirements are fixed. One point you can remember, when you can go with the waterfall model means if you are fixed with the requirements, okay, that requirements are uh, uh, cannot be changed in the further as well in the future. Okay, if the requirements are fixed and it's not going to be changed anymore, then only we can choose the waterfall model. Otherwise we can't choose the waterfall model. And testing period comes quite late in the development because we have requirement analysis, design, coding, and all those things. Until that all above phases are completed, testers will sit idle. Okay, that's why testing process will come late. Documentation occupies a lot of time. Okay, here documentation work is more in the waterfall model, it occupies a more time. Okay, these are the same points we have here too. This is called it as a SDLC waterfall model. Clear about the waterfall model?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we can go with the V model today. I think only these two models will complete in the today class. Tomorrow we can go with the spiral and Agile. Okay, so for waterfall model itself, it takes more time. So V model also there for us, right? So we can discuss the V model. Then sequential models, these are going to be completed, and then later tomorrow we can go with the spiral and Agile. Okay, the tomorrow black box testing, white box testing, the topics can be moved to the Wednesday. Okay, so clear. First, you guys should be clear. You all are clear about the waterfall model, right? Clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Next one, V model. V model is nothing but here you can the shape is will be there in the V model. So both are done simultaneously. development and testing both are done simultaneously. I already told you about the phases. The customer will give the CRS document, right? So whenever the customer give the CRS document, what the developer will do, the developers are planning to convert that CRS into the SRS. But at that moment, what testers will do? Testers will do the testing on that CRS document. All the requirements which is given by the client is clear or not. Okay, that testing is going to be done. Here you can see in the first phase, the client sends the CRS both to the developers and testers. The developer translates the CRS into the SRS. The role of the developer in the first phase is they are going to convert the CRS into the SRS. But at that moment, what the tester will do, tester will review the CRS whether the requirements are conflicted with any other things, or else any missing requirements are there, any wrong requirements are there. These are the things are going to be done by the testers. But once that developer is converted the SRS document, okay, what the testers will do, the developers will go to the client, review it and approve it. So meanwhile, the testers will check the SRS document whether it matching fine as compared with the CRS or not. The testers will review SRS document against CRS. Every CRS is converted to the SRS or not, or else CRS not converted properly to the SRS. These are the major things the testers will do.
Sir,
Okay,
voice is cutting in between, sir.
sorry,
Means
your voice is not clear.
voice is not
Ajay Kumar, your voice is not clear.
sir.
You're asking something, your voice is not clear. Okay, fine. So here you people has to remember this diagram carefully. Okay. So here you can see customer give the CRS document, developer tester both are working. Developer will convert the CRS into the SRS, tester will check the CRS to review the requirements. Once the developer done with the SRS, that SRS is sent to the tester team. They are going to check that SRS is converted properly against CRS. At that time, the developers will convert that SRN to the HLD. Okay, once the developers are done with the HLD, that HLD will be sent to the testers, and the developers are going to convert that HLD into the LLD. Once the LLD is done, the LLD is going to be sent to the develop testers, and the developer will start designing the coding. Once the coding is done, testing is started, deployment and maintenance. Again, same thing. Okay, this is called it as a V model. So the major difference between the waterfall model and V model is, in waterfall model, the testers will be free until they get a task in the testing phase. But here it's not like that. The testing is also simultaneously started. The developer and testers will should work simultaneously to get a quality product. Here you can see drawbacks of VNV model and advantages of VNV model. What are the advantages of VNV model? Testing starts in early stages of the product development, which avoids the download flow of defects, which is turns reduce lot of rework. And testing is involved in every stage of product development, and deliverables are parallel. As developer are building SRS, testers are testing CRS. Okay, that's what I explained in the diagram. Total investments is less as there is no downward flow of the defects. And the drawbacks of VNV model. What will be the drawback? Initial investment is more because the testing itself starts from the starting phase. The test, you have to give the salaries for the testing from the starting, right? Some more documentation work is required. Okay, applications of VNV model, we go for VNV model in the following case. On which cases we are going to use VNV model? On which cases we are going to use VNV model? For long term projects, for complex applications, we are going to use the VNV model. Okay, when customer is expecting a very high quality product within a stipulated time. Okay, if the customer is expecting a quality product in a less time and a particular period of time, then we are going to use the VNV model. Okay, so this is all about VNV model. I think you got the difference between the waterfall model and VNV model. Okay, both are sequential model. Tomorrow we can see Agile model and the spiral model. Both are iteration models. Only Agile model are using in the current market. We'll discuss in detail in the tomorrow class about the Agile methodology. Hope you guys are clear with these two models. Maunika, Tejashri, Ajay Kumar, Grace, Sridevi.
Yes, sir. Clear with it. If it's possible, can you please explain the V model again if you have time? Just
Can you
quickly.
please explain? I didn't get your voice.
Can you go through the V model just quickly, very quickly, once again, if you have time? Otherwise, it's fine.
Okay, okay, no problem. So what you want in the V model, what you didn't understand? I think you are able to see the screen, right? Can you please tell me what you didn't understand? By that I can go through it.
Uh, okay, what is the testers work after the SRS is done?
So here I will explain clearly in the notepad. I think you
Okay,
will get it very clearly.
sure.
So here developer will be there, tester will be there. Okay. So in the development, first of all, the CRS document is sent by the customer. Okay, what the developer role is, he is going to convert that CRS document into the SRS. That is his first step. Okay, that is the developer responsibility. And what the tester will do, test or review CRS document. Okay, here developer work is to convert SRS CRS into the SRS. What the tester will do in that phase, test or review CRS document. What they are going to test the review CRS means is the requirements given by the customer is clear or not. Okay, now that SRS is sent for approval. Okay, so here let me write a shortcut. That SRS will send to the approval to the client. Okay, so at that moment of time, what the tester will do, tester will review the SRS document. Is everything is converted properly from CRS to SRS or not? Is going to validate. Okay. So what is the next step here? Now after approval get by the client, the developer start doing the HLD. Okay. It's nothing but here you can see the SRS to HLD. That is the third phase. So but here what this person will do, he start testing on the HLD is nothing but high level design is designed by the designers properly or not. Okay, so now that HLD is going to be converted into the low level design. What the tester will do, tester will test the LLD. Now the designs are done, LLD is going to be converted into the coding. Okay, once the coding is done, they are going to check the testing. Once the testing is done, what it will happen, deployment and then maintenance. Clear about the phases here?
Yes, sir.
If you want, you can take the snap. Okay, or else if you want, I will share this in the chart, you guys can copy it. Okay, clear? Monica, I think you only asked, right?
Yes, yes,
Are you
sir.
clear?
It's clear. Yeah.
Yeah, I shared that the content in the chart, you guys can copy it if you want.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Sure.
it for the day. If you have any
One
doubts,
more
you can.
question. One more
Yeah,
question, sir. So,
yeah,
as you said that first CRS will be sending to SRS by developer, right?
yeah.
So, when the tester will be testing, will this be happening in the middle of the in middle like sending from SRS to CRS, or in the initial stage of CRS only? When the tester
Initial
will be
state of
testing?
CRS only. They are checking simultaneously. Okay,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Done.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Okay, fine. So we'll see that agile and spiral model in the tomorrow classes. By the tomorrow, we are done with the SDLC models and then move to the some basic theoretical part of the testing. You guys should aware about if you are into any of the software company as a manual tester. Okay, The theoretical concepts are very important to get aware about the things, what is going on, the roles and responsibilities as a manual tester. Okay, so have a nice day. Thank you all. We'll meet you all again tomorrow at the same time.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.